Thinking about pivot, right, and that whole mindset. I mean, it's easy to think about something, but it's just a little harder to do it because I'm watching you on your motorcycle. I'm like, well, where did you know how to ride a bike?
Outside the dealership when I bought it.
All right, you know what?
I love it.
This is crazy. I'm doing nothing in my life, apparently.
I mean, you ride a bike.
Zilch, zip, nothing. At the dealership? Come on.
Well, I knew someone who rode, and he had a truck, and I took him with me, and I said, listen, teach me outside. If I'm not comfortable riding home, then put it on the back of the truck, and we'll figure it out. And so I bought the bike. We went on the side of the road of the dealership, did it like a few times, and I felt like I got the hang of it enough to ride home. He rode behind me in the truck.
You felt like.
And I rode home.
Not cash me outside. Teach me outside.
Teach me outside.
You know what? All right.
I love that. I didn't know that story.
I'm living differently tomorrow, yo.
I'm just like,
I'm living different.
like,
I'm living.
what are you doing tomorrow?
This whole.
What are you doing Tuesday, my brother? Like, what,
You know.
what excuses are we bringing to the table? Right?
Excuses are tools of incompetence. I'm not gonna get
drop
into
it,
that.
drop it. For real,
Nah,
for real.
It's really hitting home now. Okay.
Yeah, it's just,
Boom.
again, I'm just impressed by like, where does that come from? It's one thing you mentioned. If you had to go back and just think about the many little, you said the little nuggets, these little things that add up to either strike us down or build us up. And it seems like there's been a lot of moments that you've chosen to author and to determine that you are going to make a different choice. Was there one moment that you think that was the impetus for the beginning of that? Because I think it's like we always have to start somewhere. Timing is everything. And you mentioned your father was just amazing in terms of sharing these things with you and until things change. If you can go back, is there a moment that you can touch upon and say, well, that was such a powerful moment to keep believing? It's okay to not be afraid as opposed to being afraid.
I can't really recall a moment. I think it's just a combination of moments where it seemed so bad and then it wasn't. And I think that when you experience that enough, that you're like, oh, I can be happy after this, or oh, this didn't break me. You're like, well, shit, what can break me? I don't think anything can break me. You know what I mean? I think you kind of just realize that, like, think that in these situations, you just would have been broken. And when you're not, you're like, I'm a superhero.
Okay. I know that's right. I love that.
I think that's just what it is, just not. And then I create a safety net for myself in every situation that it seems like I'm jumping off, right? And I do jump, but I also have a contingency plan. I have a backup plan. I know how to pivot, right? And you feel very safe in that. So for someone else, it seems like a more scary thing. But like, for me, I'm like, if I move across the country to be with my now husband, who was just my boyfriend of 4 months, that seems like a big undertaking. But I also have a condo. And I was like, okay, so what notice do I give my tenant? Can I give my tenant within 30 days? Okay, so within those 30 days, what can my move be? Like, you know what I mean? I've already mapped out my contingency plan. So now I'm like, oh yeah, I'm moving. And someone from the outside looking in might be like, oh, she just moved across the country to be with this man. And I'm like, yeah, but I was safe. Like, I was good. You know what I mean? I knew I was going to be good no matter what. I'm going to go with how I feel. So glad I did, because my man is the bomb. But, I'm going to go with how I feel, but I'm not going to be stupid about it. I'm not going to not be prepared for the reality that something could go wrong, that this could not work out the way that I want it to work out. Just the comfort in that planning and just being like, oh, okay. So if it could work out, and I hope it does. And if it doesn't, that's fine too, because this is what that looks like for me, and that's not scary.